Hey, sweetie faces. Ready for chapter 20? Let's do it. Let go, Miguel protested as the guards dragged him out the back of Ernesto's mansion. They threw him into a large cenote, or sinkhole. No! Miguel hollered as he fell, finally crashing into water at the bottom of the cenote. He struggled against the deep, dark water, fighting his way back to the surface. Splashing about, he spotted a stone island. Help! He paddled over to it. Can anyone hear me? I want to go home. He reached the stone island and collapsed against it. Miguel's soaked hoodie sagged off of him, revealing that his skeletal transition was almost complete. He gazed up to the sky. He had to get out. He had to get home. But how? He was alone. He dropped his head, hopeless. Suddenly he heard footsteps. Hector emerged from the darkness and stumbled towards Miguel, who lay at the water's edge. "Kid?" Hector shouted. "Oh, Hector!" They ran to each other. Hector embraced Miguel. Overcome with shame, Miguel lowered his head. "You were right. I should have gone back to my family," he said. "Hey, hey, hey," Hector said as he patted him gently. "They told me not to be like Ernesto, but I didn't listen." "It's okay," Hector said. "I told them I didn't care if they remembered me. I didn't care if I was on their stupid ofrenda." Miguel sobbed against Hector's chest. Hector held him close. "Hey, chamaco, it's okay, it's okay." Miguel took a deep breath. "I told them I didn't care." Suddenly a gold flicker fluttered through Hector's bones. "Huh?" he exclaimed, and fell to his knees. "Hector!" Miguel screamed, scared at what was happening to his friend. "She's forgetting me," Hector said. Miguel watched him with despair. "Who?" "My daughter. She's the reason you wanted to cross the bridge?" "I just wanted to see her again," Hector said softly. "I never should have left Santa Cecilia. Ernesto convinced me that my big moment was waiting for me far away from home, but—" He gulped for breath. "I wish I could apologize. I wish I could tell her that her papa was trying to come home, that he loved her so much." Hector looked towards the sky. "My Coco!" A chill ran through Miguel. "Coco?" Miguel reached into his hoodie and looked at the photo of Mama Imelda, baby Coco, and the faceless musician. Miguel showed it to Hector. Hector's eyes narrowed as he stared at familiar faces from long ago. Where did you get this?" he asked. "That's my Mama Coco. That's my Mama Imelda. Is that—" Miguel pointed at the headless musician. "You? We're family?" Hector said finally, smiling at his great-great-grandson. Miguel grinned back at his Papa Hector. Family. It felt right. Hector returned his gaze to the photo, and his smile faded. He touched the image of baby Coco. "I always hoped I'd see her again, that she'd miss me. Maybe put up my photo, but it never happened," Hector said, his voice lowered to a whisper. "You know the worst part?" Miguel shook his head. "Even if I never got to see Coco in the living world, I thought at least one day I'd see her here. Give her the biggest hug. But she's the last person who remembers me. The moment she's gone from the living world, you disappear from this one. You'll never get to see her. Ever again," Hector finished. He sat there quiet for a moment. "You know, I wrote her a song once. We used to sing it every night at the same time, no matter how far apart we were. What I wouldn't give to sing it to her one last time." Hector sang his original version of "Remember Me" in a soft voice. It was a much different version from Ernesto's. Miguel thought it was beautiful. When the last note faded, Miguel said, "He stole your guitar. He stole your songs. You should be the one the world remembers, not him. I didn't write 'Remember Me' for the world. I wrote it for Coco," he said. "I'm a pretty sorry excuse for a great-great-grandpa. Are you kidding? A minute ago I thought I was related to a murderer. You're a total upgrade." Hector couldn't muster a smile. "My whole life there's been something that made me different, and I never knew where it came from," Miguel said. "But now I know. It came from you." He gave Hector a wide smile. "I'm proud we're family." Miguel looked up to the top of the hole where he was tossed down. "I'm proud to be his family." "Tra-hi-hi-hi!" he yelled in a grito. Hector perked up and followed Miguel's grito. "Tra-hi-hi-hi! I'm proud to be his family." They exchanged gritos until the cenote echoed with the sound. Soon, though, the echo faded. They were still stuck. Then something echoed back to them. "Roo, roo, roo." Miguel and Hector looked up, amazed. "Dante?" Miguel said. "Roo, roo, roo, roo." Dante howled and poked his head through the opening above them. "Dante!" Miguel shouted and laughed. "It's Dante!" Dante panted and wagged his tail happily. Behind him were two more figures peeking down at them. It was Mama, Imelda, and Pepita. Pepita released a roar that shook the whole cavern. Miguel and Mama Imelda laughed with joy. "Imelda!" Hector yelled up at her with a charming smile. Mama Imelda's relief turned to coldness. "Hector, you look good." Hector offered a smile. Oh man, what's gonna happen? Okay, babies, that's it for today. I love you. Good night.